Hi guys, thanks for joining me for Active April with Katie Marie. So today we're outside and we're going to be doing some mat work. Hi, I'm glad you can join me. Let's step back. And yes, we're going to be doing some mat work today. So I'm going to be taking you through two exercises that we will do. One's going to be the crunch, or you might know it as the sit up. And then the other one is called the glute bridge. Okay, so the first thing I'll say is before, now we're at the exercise session, now we're into being on the mat, we would already be warmed up. So we'd already have stretched out our arms, our legs, done our spinal rotations and warmed up properly. Right, so let's move into it. Oh yeah, and I put in the description the music that I'd be listening to if I was doing this. And so yeah, enjoy. All right, so and let's do our advice first actually. So the first piece of advice would be set yourself some goals. So let's say I'm going to do 15 crunches, have a little break, do another 15 crunches and see where I am. Then next time I might want to do 35 or 40. But I think the thing is, especially with crunches, if you haven't engaged your abs for a while or you're not used to doing this, then at first it can be like, oh, wow. But actually over time, as you come back and you do them each session, your muscles they're going to gain strength and you're going to see progression. And that's one of the most wonderful things with fitness. If you do it regularly and you keep up with it, you get to see progression. And so things that you balance, coordination, flexibility, it all improves as we do our workout. Okay, so let's get onto the mat. So my second piece of advice, now we're on the mat, take that off, is that we want to look at posture. And positioning. So that means that when we are doing our exercise, we want to start off with good posture. We don't want to be repeatedly doing exercises in the wrong position. So for the, a second, let me just move down the mat. For the crunches, we would do this. We want to have our knees in position. We're going to lie on the floor. We're going to take our hands. Now we can take our hands and put our two fingers on each side of the head. And so that when we're coming up, we've got our, we don't want to be putting our hands behind our heads because there's the temptation to pull ourselves up with our hands. And then we're going to put strain on our back and our shoulders. So what we want to do is put them here so that there's no, we won't cause that. There's another way of doing it though, and this is the position that I do. So I have my hands on my knees. So when I come up, I follow my hands, and when they get to the top of my knees, I can go back down, release, and back up. So that's, it just depends what works best for you. But I kind of look at the target as getting my hands to the top of my knees and back down. But what we're going to be doing is engaging our muscle, engaging our abs here, especially our upper abs. So the next thing we want to do, so say we'll do this position first, is we go down, engage the abs, come up, okay, and then we want to go back down. And we don't go back completely to the floor, we keep our abs engaged, and then we come back up again. Okay, so we're isolating them, and then come back up again. So we're always working those abs. Okay, second position. Again, we're taking up here. We go down, we're not quite to the floor. And then we're back up again. And we want to do them consistently. So if we go 1, 2, so we get a rhythm. And as we go, you'll feel it here. You'll feel them engaging. Okay, so here's the next move. Now, when you're training with me, we tend to put a lot of squats into the routine, unless it's something that you, it's not one of your favorite moves, then we will put, I do enjoy choreographing with squats. So here's what we would do. Here's what I'd recommend doing as an exercise after a session like that. We're going to do the glute bridge. So again, we want to go down on the floor. We've got the knees up. We're lying down on the floor. We've got our arms by our side. And this time we're going to push through the hips, through the pelvis. Push up to the sky, hold and back down. Okay, so let's do that. Here we go. Push, hold. You can feel it going through the glutes and the upper legs. And down. Again, we don't go fully to the floor, just above, and then up again. And down. So we can do them like this, or you can hold. Okay, so obviously the hold is going to increase the, let's do it. So it increases the muscle strength because you're holding that position. And that's a really effective move. I find it very relaxing, actually. So again, I would probably do 15 or 20, take a break and then do another 15 or 20. Okay, well, here's my last piece of advice. If you can, go and do it in the garden. If you can go outside and you can, you know, enjoy the weather, you can hear the birds, you can be around trees and flowers, then it's a really good opportunity. As a coach myself, I'm really into embodiment practices. So it's not just about the body and mind, it's about body-mind practices and body-mind balance. So a really great way to achieve this is to be outside. And you can always put your music in like I do. So I think some of you already know, but I tend to have music in at least one ear. You know, if there's a lot of other sounds around, but at the moment it's really peaceful. It's birds, and so yeah, I can probably take that out. I don't actually have anything in there. It's just sometimes I use earphones, and you know, this might be, you know, good piece of advice to some people, but I'll just use it to block out a layer of sound. So there's no music, it's just literally, you know, when I can hear, if I hear traffic or something like that, it kind of, you know, muffles it a bit. Anyway, I hope you have fun doing your exercise wherever you do it. Have a go with these moves. Do remember to think about your posture and positioning. And as always, have fun. If you would like to see more videos and you'd like to know more about me as a coach, then please do go over to www.allsilverclouds.com and have a look. There's my exercise classes up there. I also do mindset and motivation. So there's mindset and motivation advice for everyone, really. So do go and check it out. And you can find us on socials as well at All Silver Clouds. All right, well, thanks so much. And I'll see you in the next video.